Now we're live. I forgot to unmute my mic. Hello, Nomad. Hello, Sadir. Hello, Islagor. Hello, Atari. How goes it? This is starts off another build stream. We're going to do a little bit different this time. So first of all, though, before we kind of talk into it, we've got our two judges returning. We have Mr. Scuba Steve himself, Michael. Say hello, Michael.
Hello.
And we've got Ron Hope. If he was more of an asshole, we have Noel Groth.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Be prepared.
Yep. Now, to make it more fun this time around, they have also submitted ships. So halfway through the ship review, you guys are going to get to look at their ships and vote. We'll do a little poll. And and we're also going to be doing it a little different because we don't have as many entries this time. We only have 10. So what we're going to do is the judges, instead of giving a score out of 5, they're going to basically give their opinion on the ships and stuff. And then at the end, they're going to pick their favorites. So each one of them is going to pick a favorite. And then the rest is going to go into, like, we'll go like normally, we'll go into a poll system. So yeah, let's start it. I will say that there will be probably a little bit of time between when the poll goes live, just because I'll have set up. But anyway, so are we all ready? We'll start it off. So the kind of the whole idea behind this one was to make a kind of an experimental jump ship that was kind of used to kind of traverse, like the early kind of years of the settled system. So with that being said, both Michael and Noel Groth, you guys made ships, but kind of pushing that aside for a moment, what is kind of something you would expect to see with these kind of experimental jump ships? Like any particular style or design or like kind of choice of specific kind of modules?
Not Stroud.
Fair. What about you, Michael? Anything you're looking for? Or think?
Well, I'm looking for pioneering, so that was going to be early ship. And it wasn't specific on whether or not there were going to be ships that were just immediately pioneering grav drives of the time, or if they're pioneering grav drives of the future, so to speak.
Yeah,
so
that
I
is
wouldn't
true.
necessarily knock out Scrad ship. So we'll go that route.
Okay, yeah, that is true. Like obviously you like with the kind of the brief, a lot of people are going to go with the whole like early kind of pre-settled system sort of stuff. But there was no saying you had to do that. You could kind of do whatever you want. So we'll start off here with the entries. So we've got our first ship. Let me double check. This is entry number 1. So as always, with your ships, if you see your ship on stream, don't say this is my ship. Everybody vote for it. We're gonna have it all nice and basically anonymous. So we'll start off here with entry number 1. As you can see here, they went for a very unique design. We've got the kind of a mix of Hope Tech. I like the grav drive at the front, and I like that it looks it kind of reminds me of like a kind of a solar sailors, like kind of like a space station almost. Got the grav drive at the front, which I like that. That was something lovely. That was something I kind of did because in the headcanon when I'm with my ship, I was like, well, let's keep the experimental grav drive as an area that we can kind of get rid of. What are you guys thinking? We'll start with you, Michael. Just off the bat, what's your initial impression on it?
Well, I'm going to have an object blow up under my cockpit, but I'm a commercial diver. I'm used to death. So
okay,
yeah,
so we'll have to put make sure that the pilots are aware. Some test pilots with this one. To be fair, with the grav drive, I doubt it'd be like explosion. It'd be more so like it'd probably teleport you and the cockpit to an alternate reality, and you're just stuck there. Which death might be preferable, but what about you?
It might
though?
spaghettify you.
It could. What do you think?
I like
Noah?
the ship. I like the overall design of this ship. Yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about the grav drive exploding because if you're in that kind of situation, you're probably fooled anyways.
It's
I really like how the split hole there is coming into play. Yeah,
all right.
I don't have any complaints at all. This is a good looking ship.
All right, let's hit inside. So nice. There was a nice mix of kind of different parts, which I quite like. Obviously, one of the requirements is it has to have an engineering bay, which we do. We've got the 3x2 engineering bay. I believe this is Hope Tech, I think. Yeah, this is Hope Tech. Okay.
3x1.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then up we go, and we have another Hope Tech living quarters. I think they went with Hope Tech just for the kind of just the overall look, which I quite like. I think the Hope Tech interior I think it kind of fits with the whole, exploration-y. Although maybe Nova Galactic, but obviously, I'm not judging. And we have,
I think they're trying to sucker punch one of the judges
Yeah.
here. That's what I think.
There's some Hope Tech. We gotta, sway some people. And then I really like this part here because it's almost like, you have the astronauts making their walk across it's like once you kind of pass this point, you're like, okay, like we're set in. If this grav drive explodes or implodes, that's it. Like I could imagine like having like like massive shield doors that would close to keep you, separated. So like if the grav drive accidentally hits you with some sort of unknown radiation and turns you into some sort of mutant. But that's I've been playing a little Warhammer, so in Warhammer the faster than light travel is a lot more dangerous. All right, so let's take off. I will say I do like the those even though they're radiators, I'm assuming most people use them more as kind of like although no, in this situation they could actually be radiators because we don't know how. I'm assuming a prototype grav drive would put out a lot of excess heat, and you'd have to disperse that heat. Damn right, no matter it is a death roll. Right, so now we have weapons on this. We have a set of particles. Now weapons weren't really a thing. Like obviously it's up to interpretation. I'm assuming like with modern like the more if you're opting to make a more like futuristic one, you would have weapons because humans are assholes, so I can imagine aliens being one too.
I think I would have preferred to see lasers and ballistics if this is like a
I apologize. Those weapons are not technically supposed to be there they're just merging points. So I'm not 100% sure, but don't knock it because of the weapons, because it's using the merge technique where you have a wing connecting to a piece. Okay. That's why they're there.
Okay, now, fair enough.
Because there was one I remember when Sadir, when he made his space, what was it, Lost in Spaceship, he had weapons, but they were purely there to be merging. But anyway, so with that being said, we'll what are you saying?
I don't know, if I'm the test pilot, I would be like, oh, y'all are going to shoot me off into nether regions. I'd want all the weapons on this thing I could get. You don't know what you're going to run into.
Yeah, that is fair. You go to a reality and there's more humans.
Maybe they're in a very naive state of mind, when they made this. Who knows?
So with that being said, obviously we'll do like a kind of like a if you were to give it a score, but obviously like the score is more like just your opinion of how it looks to the brief, because obviously you could give this ship a 3 now and at the end decide this is my favorite ship. So we'll start off with you, Michael. What would you give it out of a 5?
I'm gonna give it a solid 3, man. Okay. It's a good looking ship.
Okay,
I would fly it. I would experiment on it, but I'm a diver, so I would have no problem whatsoever being the only guy down that corridor that got vaporized.
Yep. Just imagine it's like, has anyone heard contact from the cockpit? It's like, no, it's like you look, the cockpit's gone. It's just floating in space. There's no gravity. What would you say, Nolgroth, out of 5? What would you be giving it, and kind of what's your general opinion?
Right now, I'm looking at a 4. The aesthetics on this ship fit my, taste to the T. I like the fact that they use Hope Tech, so whoever was playing to the judge, you did a good job there. I like the Deimos engines, those Panoptes engines there on the side.
Yep.
Those are pretty awesome. I'm going to give it a solid 4, and I think the only thing keeping it from a 5 is, like Michael, I think I would like to have at least a couple of lasers and maybe a cannon on it. It doesn't have to be hugely overpowered for combat, but 4.
Okay, that is fair. All right. All right, down we go to the next one. I will say, I've seen a couple of Star Trek things, but isn't it like is it Star Trek where like some ships will scan ships and if they detect weapons they'll automatically shoot them? I think it's Star Trek. I know like that's a kind of a common trope where, you know, like if you're oh lovely, I'm at the wrong place entirely and we get to see this mod that I downloaded that crashes my game a lot but looks really cool. It just lets me land the ship constantly. We're gonna really quickly preload that save just because I landed the wrong area. See, the thing is the pacifist in me would obviously the build Falcon was basically it was an A-class experimental vessel basically. With it had the only kind of requirements is it had to have a 3x1. But yeah, see, not the pacifist, the kind of the what's the word? The optimist in me would be like, I'm not going to use weapons, you know, I'm going to be, you know, first encounter will be a peaceful, and then I'll jump into a system with enemies and they'll one-shot me, and I'm like, fuck. Anyway, on to ship number 2. This is an interesting one. This is very orange. It's using that big... The thing is, I will say, that bridge is probably one of the better bridges if you're going to make some sort of an exploration-y vessel. Just because you've got night view. Now, it's... The only downside I will say is you're kind of limited on your shape with it. Because you kind of have to... But this one's really cool.
They did a good job.
They did. No, they did. Like, obviously, you got the grav drive at the back. You've got a little window looking at, which I love. You've also got those two... what would you call them? Observation decks, I mean. Also, for everybody in the chat, keep in mind, in this, one of the vessels in this is going to be a vessel built by yours truly. So at the end, if you can guess which one, you get a bonus point that does absolutely nothing. But, you know, you can say, haha, I know, Crimson Ship. So we'll start off with you, Michael. What's your initial thoughts?
5.
5 already? Haven't even got the scoring.
Yeah.
Like, I like it. Okay. What specifically has kind of made you have that 5?
He's got the grab drive all the way in the rear, so it can be detached, and he's got enough, the observation decks and everything. Okay, well, we're stuck out here. Now what do we do? We got the rest of the ship. We can land on the planet and start building stuff and get back.
Yep,
Yeah,
very true.
nice ship.
Very true. All right, what about you, Nogrel? What are you thinking?
It's very orange. No, no, it looks. What I really like is the way he made that bridge look good, because I hate that bridge. I just don't like it. I use it sometimes.
With you 100%.
Yeah.
But I hate that bridge. But the way it's integrated into this build is awesome. And if you go up underneath the wings there, he's got those Slayton Aerospace engines.
Yes, he does, which are really nice.
You know, really kind of covertly snuck up underneath there. I mean, you'd think those little observation decks would be the actual engine pods, but those aren't, and that's cool too. Yeah, I think I got to go with Michael on this one. This one's a 5 just because of how well the person used all of the elements together to make a decent ship. I don't think I like the appearance as much as the previous one, but I am impressed by the engineering.
I will say, like, orange, very bright, but then I suppose, like, it's one of those things. We got a docking board at the back, and then we can look at our grav drive, which I really like. That's really cool. I just imagine someone back here is like, is it doing anything? It's like, no, not yet. Did you turn it off? God, I don't want to be. Can you imagine because there's a little dialogue in the story where you hear about, like, the first time they use a grav drive, and they're kind of amazed by how it works and how quick it gets them. I think, where is it? They go from, is it Luna to
Mars, I think.
Mars, yeah, Jupiter, somewhere really somewhere far. And then we've got a control station up here, or a computer core, which I quite like the choice of the computer core, because I feel like you want to keep all of the calculations and stuff, you know, if you're doing this sort of stuff. Absolutely. And then at the side we have now these are really nice. This is like Michael was saying, like, you know, if we detach the ship, we can look at some nice, or if we attach the grav drive, we still look at some nice things, get some pictures, and also you can still land the vessel. It's still fully functioning. which is really nice. Then if we come over this side, again, really nice. I like the hopefully at some point we'll get like full like habs that are just glass, like a proper like a greenhouse. Hello, Cora. And now we go to the bridge, which is the kind of the PS. Oh, there's another. Is there another area underneath? Oh no, there's not. Okay, okay, cool. But this bridge, the thing is, this bridge looks awesome. It is, you can kind of tell by, like, Nova Galactic, it was meant to be a kind of a, like, an exploration-y kind of bridge. Wouldn't be something that I'd like to run in combat, but for this sort of setting, you know? So now we're gonna head up into space. I will say I like...
For anybody that's knocking the orange, it's an experimental ship. Orange is perfectly good.
Yep, exactly. It could be we could say like from a, you know, from a headcanon point of view, maybe it's painted with like a kind of gold paint or something that would make it appear better on scanners, so that it's like, oh, we lost our experimental ship. Well, let's scan for it anyway. And then I will say I love the profile. Like without the thing is, if you took the grav drive off, like it looks awesome as is. But obviously having that grab drive, just really cool. And again, it's just, yeah. So I think, I mean, you guys have already kind of said your score, but is there anything else you want to add before we kind of move on?
Not me.
No, I've never seen anybody make the Guppy Bridge look as good as this. This is a fine looking ship.
All right, very nice. All right, let's head back down. This time I will land at the right location. Outpost, there we go, SMS 2. The thing is, Shori, don't worry too much about it, because obviously we're not, yeah, see, Atari's there, gold paint would be help with the shielding. Oh, here we go. It's a cool mod, but yeah, it gets a bit tedious sometimes. See, the thing is that this bridge, I think, would look awesome if it was a little smaller. Like, if this was the same kind of dimensions as, like, you know, maybe the Hope Tech bridges, you know, like the small ones, the 1x1s, I think it'd be a lot more usable. Anyway, on to entry number 3. Here we go. Oh, this is
Nice outpost, by the way.
Thank you. It's on the water. Is this? Yeah, this is. Okay, so this is entry number 3. This is another very experiment. I mean, they all, I think just straight off the bat, they've all kind of nailed the look of an experimental ship. This one is quite cool. Kind of gives me like a kind of a truck vibe. You've got like the hail trailer in the back. I really like the use of the extra, like you've got different variants of landing gear and stuff. So we'll start off with you, Michael. What's your kind of your initial? Why am I going so high?
Gonna be a lot of 5 program fellas.
Well, that's why the scoring doesn't matter too much, because obviously it'll be harder on you guys trying to pick your favorites.
Especially y'all making some mighty nice ship. That's a good looking ship.
Hello, Gamma. Nice. What about you, Nora? What's your opinion?
It's very purple. No, I'm going to make cracks like that. That doesn't actually affect my my opinion. Again, very industrial looking. Somebody's again playing to one of the judges there, and I like it. I mean, it's very unique. There's a little bit of structural weakness, it looks like, there in the middle, but you know, you're not really expecting combat with these. Looks like we've got some things to neutralize.
Just double check where the grav drive is. Just because the grav drive is at the back. It's right there. Right. So it could detach, and like before, that full section that has thrust and landing gear, so you could completely detach that section and fly it. Yeah. So again, it's because that wasn't really a brief, but people, yep. Like that was definitely like something that people were thinking with, which I like. I will say, this little design here, I don't know if it was if this was influenced by anything in particular, but I did something similar with my one of my dropships, and I just think it's quite cool. I like the kind of, again, it's just the sort of the greebling, you know, like kind of breaking up the kind of the flat pieces and giving it some extra lift. So let's head inside.
I think it's very has a lot of character to it. That's for certain.
So
I'm still leaning towards the first one as the most visually appealing, but just the engineering on these things is just fantastic.
Like the kind of the headcanon designing behind them is just really cool. So
oh yeah.
Straight away we have the entryway and the docking port together again at the front, which is really nice. I'm crippled. Let me really quickly aid. I should just have these hotkeyed. Now that I think of it, there we go. Let me hotkey that. I always wondered what that is supposed to be because it looks like some sort of like a spray, like something you put up your nose.
I know. I think it's like a foam that hardens.
Ah, that would make sense. That would make sense. Right, so we've got the
mobile part of the immobilizer.
That's the in Halo they have something like it's a biofoam, which basically if you get wounded, it packs the wound, but I don't think it works like similar to how it does in this game. But anyway, so we got I believe this is either a Deimos or a Stroud Eklund. I'm not familiar with. I think this is one of the B engine rooms. Not familiar with it. It looks really cool though, all the same.
I would say Deimos. It's got black floor.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then up here we got
this one looks like it's got dynamos and stuff like that in it, as opposed to water reclamation. Wow, bridge is way up here. Okay, cool.
Dynamos instead of hold on now. That's you've completely gone. Is that? Are you talking about Hope Tech? Is Hope Tech?
Yeah. Turn around, go to that like that there, and go back to the other end of that. No, you're going the wrong way.
This end?
Yeah, go to the very back of that. Very, very back. There you go. See, this looks like power generation. Like you got these generator dynamo things, which is cool. And you throw that with the A, which has all the water tanks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get you saying. Yep.
Awesome.
And then we come across, we've got another one of these kind of, like you're walking the Bridge of Doom. And then again, another computer core. I like this. This wasn't on the brief, but I like the use of it. Like it's that whole thing of you're going
sense.
to need.
Yeah. That's
you gotta
awesome.
Store all your.
These people put way more thought into it than I did. I'll grant you that.
I will say maybe someone should fix that before we start jumping off in his base. Run diagnostics. It would be a whole tech ship if half the shit didn't work. We've got another. This is the one I'm familiar with now. This is the A engineering room, which I actually quite like because I can imagine like this is just purely for keeping the compartment because if you were doing something like this, you'd have different kind of power sources, like for each compartment so that they're independent because you wouldn't want your grav drive to lose power. So having like a second engineering room is really, really good. And we can go up above and then we have another engineering room. There might be some errors with the interior, so don't worry too much about the interiors. There's probably supposed to be a 3x1. Oh no, this is specifically here so you could see the grav drive. It's hard to see, but it is there. That's why there's an engineering above and below. These windows were a pain in the arse to put in, by the way. I couldn't even do the simple flip glitch because it would go up there. But
yeah.
All right, so let's take off this. Let's hitch the trailer up and go to space, shall we?
Let's do it. Let's see what she looks like up there in the air. Yeah, but so far, everybody wins over anything I did. I'll tell you that.
Which you'll get to see in a minute. You'll get to see in a few minutes. You get to see their ships, and you guys get to vote. And the winner will get bragging rights of being the better builder.
At this point, I'm hoping you deleted mine.
No. Well, let's put it this way. One of the ships worked straight off the bat, so bonus points there. One of them didn't and had to be modified. I'd say I like the profile of how this looks as it's flying. I always love when...
It almost looks like a sailing ship, taking off at first.
I can just imagine, like, again, this is just complete. I could be talking at my arse, but now that I look at these kind of make me think that, like, you know, like, kind of like lightning rods. Like, imagine, like, let's say the grav drive might put out a lot of excess electricity or energy, and these could be used to kind of dissipate it out into space. Like, obviously, I'm talking completely at my arse there because I don't think that's how grav drives work. But with the fact of being a prototype vessel, you know, you can kind of say whatever you want, you know. Now, there is weapons on this. We've got all EMs, I believe, which I quite like. This would be kind of more my kind of weaponry, just because, I mean, yeah, we want to, although I don't know, it's definitely meant to be an EMP, but I wouldn't want to stand in front of that and get hit, because I feel like you'd die. But anyway, so, Michael, do you want to anything you want to add to it? Because I know you've already kind of praised it to the high heavens, but is there anything kind of
Oh no, I think whoever built this ship, just like they built the last ship, they put a lot of thought into it. It's a very nice ship.
Real quick, Atari? Yeah, I think that was the intent with this ship is the kind of the detachment point, like with the engine on the front and the back. And I think this kind of it's like I think Falcon basically made a point. I think you made it as a joke, but this is kind of like the kind of the what do you call it? Is a pinion or like a clip? It's like imagine you just unscrew this and the ship just splits in half. But anyway, sorry, what were you saying? Continue, no, or get your opinion, Olga?
I was just commenting on a good use of that tail behind the bridge there. That's an interesting development.
Oh, yes. I completely forgot about that. Neat. And that was a legitimate tail. I definitely didn't accidentally put that one in there. All right, so let's head to the next one.
I just got that.
Yep. All right. Let's see.
Like this... a tug pulling a barge.
Yep. Michael's like instant win in my books. All right, let's see if it'll... Oh, it'll work? Okay, yeah. I need to disable this mod just because, it is cool, though, watching the ships kind of land. I wonder, would spaceships be flexible like aircraft, or would they be rigid?
I imagine they'd be a little flexible, but not so much that the panels or anything came off of them.
That makes a lot of sense. You wouldn't want it shaking. Like, it's like, you know, when you see like duct tape on some, or it's not duct tape on planes, it's like speed tape or something. Imagine you see your ship and like your reactor has some duct tape on it. All right, entry number 4. So this is a big boy.
Ooh,
and I will say the first attempt at building this floored me a little bit because I was like, how the fuck did you connect those wing pieces? And then I realized there was a merge to it.
They use the Deimos...
Yeah, the Deimos struts in the middle, which I really like.
Yeah, I've done that many, many, many times.
Yep. Ever since I found out that, I was like, that is a very good method. So then we have now the one thing I will say, it is big.
That's a big old exploration ship, yeah.
The one thing I will say to the creator, I didn't get time to ask you, but in the one pictures you sent me, and you can kind of DM me after, I didn't see where the fuel went, so I just basically put some fuel on each side here. Just because, yeah. And then we've got the grav drive here at the back. It's, you can see it's connected. There's a little, again, I would assume it could detach. Just the fact that it's, it's connected and stuff. And you have this piece here, which I think kind of, what would you say? It kind of shows you that it's not meant to, it's meant to be able to slot in now. But anyway, so we'll start off with you, Nolgroth. What's your initial opinion?
This is an A-class?
Yes, no, it is an A-class. Yeah.
Dang, that's a huge A-class. Kudos to whoever made that. Awesome. I overall like it. I don't want to throw a score out on it, but I really like it.
We can do the score at the end. Just because you've been throwing out scores and it gives us nothing to talk about when we get into space.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm going to go with a 4 on this one. I like it. but I think maybe having the grav drive attached and those other couple builds where they were detached and sort of away from the living spaces a little bit and could be, ejected pretty easily. I think those kind of have been influencing my view of this competition.
That is fair. That is fair.
So I'm going to go with the 4 on this one.
What about
Overall, great
you?
design.
It is. No, it is very good. Very good. It's. I will say I like the big fan of these Hope Tech pieces. The little
Oh,
kind of radiators.
yeah. Oh,
What
yeah.
about you, Michael?
I think it's a good looking ship, man. As an experimental ship, I think she's highly crude, just judging by the cockpit. Um, Plenty of engines. I'm not sure I'd waste this much money on doing an experimental run, especially an A-class vessel like this. It's a big old ship.
I know it
But
definitely is.
all that being said, it's a good looking ship. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a good solid 3 on this one.
Okay. Okay. I will say to counter your point, I feel like they're like, while you're not wrong in that, like, a lot of people when they're making these kind of experimental chips, you got a control computer core here. While they're there's going to be situations where they're going to be looking for cheap and cheerful, but I could see a couple of companies out there that are very confident in their design and they would have like a whole crew, of maybe 20 plus people that they're either they think they'll succeed or maybe they don't care about losing 20 people on a expensive ship.
And maybe desperation is
Yeah.
driving them because
Yeah,
they got
that's
50
very,
years to evacuate
very true.
Earth, and they need to get this technology done quickly. Now, that also goes for a small, lighter ship that you could quickly build. So it goes either way.
It does. No, yeah, very true. And then if we head up this way, we got a little
Well, lots of storage. That's cool.
Yep. And space for the crew. And then at the front, we got we've seen this for one of the best cockpits in the game. Let's
One of the
take
most horrible cockpits in the game.
Horrible?
Yeah,
How
putting that
dare
thing
you.
on anything other than it's sticking out or
Oh,
having
well,
to
yeah,
merge
you
it.
have to merge to get it to
And we all know how much I love merging.
you gotta join the dark side.
Yeah, I'll stay a gray Jedi. Thank you. I'll merge when I absolutely have to.
It's a big boy, but then I think the thing too is like, because of
It looks nice going off
it does.
like that.
And the
Oh,
thing is,
man, that's sweet.
in space, like, you don't, like, I'm pretty sure, like, size doesn't necessarily mean much in because just because something's twice as big doesn't mean it's. But I will say, I do like the look of it. It's very Stroud-like, and I think that's what they were going for. We've got obviously some extra pieces and stuff, but I think let me turn it into obviously we've got weapons, we've got particles, missiles, and EMs. Where is the sun? Of course the sun's not this side of the planet. Why would it be? So any kind of thing you guys wanna add to? You've obviously kind of given your score and stuff, but anything else?
Oh, this is the perfect example of what Michael was talking about with a late day experiment, not an early.
Yeah, not an early, yeah, which I think that's what they were going for. Like I could see Stroud like throwing some money, considering if you've seen the
Without
Kepler.
that little tidbit of wisdom from Michael, I would have probably actually revised my score down because of the particles and everything like that. I just think that Stroud and the particles wouldn't fit at all into the theme of a early space exploration, but with Michael's concept that there's a possibility that they're still trying to push the envelope. Yeah, we'll go with that, and it stays a 4.
Fair. All right. What do you want to add to that, Michael? Anything, or are you?
No, I agree with Margaret on that. Like I said, there were 2 options you could run here. You could run early or you could run late. For an early, it's a big old ship, and as Margaret pointed out, okay, they're trying to escape Earth kind of thing. Or you'd be sacrificing a pilot at the most, and maybe a crew to take the data. It's a big old ship. I actually had to acknowledge a little bit of what Naga just said, and go, okay, let's look at this in terms of late. And if I'm looking at this as a late, they're pushing the envelope and they're bringing it up a little bit. I bring my number up to a 4.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, no, I agree. I think like you were saying, like if this is definitely something that kind of seems more like kind of late era. Like, you know, I could see Stroud throwing some money at like a team, considering, I mean, if you like look at the Kepler R and how much money they're willing to throw at things.
Hey, could you swing it back around to the back again?
What are we looking for?
Just go to kind of up and behind a little bit.
Do you see something?
The lights back there. How do they do the lights like that?
These lights?
At the very end of the Stroud fairings there?
Yeah, they have lights by default, do they not?
Oh, interesting. I've never used them to where they overlap like that. That's freaking cool.
Yeah, no,
Neato. Oh, that's just neat. Now I got ideas.
All right.
Thanks, whoever built this. You're awesome.
All right, let's. I'm gonna reload the save just because it's a bit dark. So we're at, that was 4, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Okay,
So yes, sir.
we've got 5, and then we're gonna have some fun with you guys getting to guess which ship is. Let me. But like everyone, regardless of the scoring here and what the judges, obviously, it's still going to go to a vote, and everyone is going to have, everyone's going to get to say. Everyone did a phenomenal job. They definitely kind of like nailed the brief. I say that, but hopefully there's going to be no like C-class ship that I accidentally missed. All right, here we go. This is got a, and this is a quite small Nova Galactic style build. But it looks, I quite like it, I will say. It kind of gives me early space plane vibes. And we have that, I love the red coloring on the back. Or this is the grab drive. Be careful.
Don't walk in front of this while in operation.
Yep. So what's your, we'll start with you then, Nogra. What's your kind of your initial impression?
Well, it's a snazzy looking ship. Nice use of those Nova landing gear. I don't really see them used well very often. So kudos for that. I think for an early ship, I would have preferred to see, I don't know, maybe the, what are those, the try and think of the name of the drives, the engines.
Oh, like the Amandon or the White Wolves.
The Amandon or the or the God dang it, I can't think of the name of them. Not just the Novas, but the
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
The ones the 3000 series,
yeah,
like the 3015s and the 3030.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name
of
the
White Dwarf.
White Dwarf.
The White Dwarf. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I would have rather seen those than the Slayton Aerospace ones, but they look good with the ship. So,
well, they definitely
do. They got the detached thing. I'm going to give this one another 4.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Miguel?
Oh, I've got to go 5 again. I love it. It's a great ship.
I will say, and obviously I'm not judging, but one thing I do think that you obviously this ship they went with kind of Stroud Nova, and I think that if obviously like the lore doesn't matter, but I think that if you had kept the initial compartments all Nova, and then you had these back pieces of Stroud, it would kind of almost as if like Stroud took an old school Nova Galactic exploration vessel and basically kind of pimped it themselves, which would play into what you were saying, Nolgroth, about, you think that this use of these engines is kind of a bit too new, But obviously the fact that they've kind of went with a Stroud and, kind of a mix and match. But obviously, ultimately, that doesn't change anything. It's just kind of headcanon. Oh, did I make a mistake here? I don't know if I made a mistake or not. I don't think I did. Maybe, but don't. Yeah, well, let's not judge on the. I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with that because it's an exploration vessel. You know, it's kind of like what was the wasn't there like was it the Blackbirds that when they landed they only had two wheels, so like they had to land very dangerously, or was it no, it wasn't the Blackbirds. There was one of them stealth planes. It only had like bicycle style landing gear, and it was tricky to land. Then we have a nice view here of the grav drive. We got living quarters. Excuse me, Cora. And then off to the side we have another living quarters. We have the engineering bay. Again, this is Stroud, and then we've got, I like this, you can, again, I'm pretty sure there's two on each side, which is kind of highlighting the fact that, you know, like you'd have crew here that'd be kind of keeping tabs on the grav drive and, you know, making sure everything's running, operating nicely. There's a lot of crew stations, and again, that could have just been me, not, you know, like not building the interiors correctly, but they do have these here, which these are, you know, these are the kind of the main things. And then if we head to the... Also, these ones here, they have a lot more terminals, so I can imagine, like, I don't know if this one has a computer core. But I feel like it doesn't really need one, considering it has those engineering rooms. Yeah, I feel like I may have messed this slightly. I do apologize. But like I said, we're worried more about the exterior. Exterior looks awesome. You know, the judge have already said that. Let's take her into space, see how she performs.
I imagine she's going to look pretty taken off.
Yeah. Because the thing is, like, it looks very, like, sleek and stuff, which I quite like. Because I feel like the thing, too, with, like, if you're, like, doing early level exploration and stuff, having a kind of a spacecraft that has aerodynamics so that it can, like, re-enter a planet's atmosphere and glide, basically, kind of like the space shuttle. Which, you know, is kind of like bonus points. Hey, the sun is out again. Nice. No weapons on this one, which, again, you guys may kind of not like that. I personally don't mind it, though. I think, like...
It's not that big of a deal. It's just something to note.
I feel like, realistically, if I was in an experimental jump ship and I jumped to like a new universe or galaxy or whatever, and then I got killed by aliens, I think in my dying moment I'd be like, that's a pretty badass way to go. Killing first person to ever die to aliens. I'd still feel bad about dying, but yeah. But I will say, as you can see in space, it looks really nice. Very sleek. Very sexy.
Oh, yeah. It definitely is a sexy ship. No doubt about that.
So is there anything else you guys want to add?
Oh, no. I think this looks like the last ship we did. This looks like a futuristic, like Shroud bought an old Nova, vamped it up, and they're testing higher order grav drives for it. So it's very nice looking ship.
Oh, and that is very true, because like it is definitely like, you know, possible that there's companies like they're prototyping newer types of grav drive, and again, it's that kind of the futuristic, you know, of it's like, oh, can we make a grav drive that can go like, imagine a 50 light year grav drive that can be in a small package. All right, so now this was entry 5, so now we're going to load a different save, and we're going to take a look. So I'm going to really quickly, I'm going to open up a, where are we? So I'm going to show you guys both the ships, and then once I show you them, I'm going to do a little poll, and you guys are going to get to vote. So both these ships are made by the two judges. Now, I won't tell you whose is who. So this is entry number 1. Which is, I'll be the judge of this one. So I will say I like we went with like your kind of your standard like Nova style, which makes sense because early prototype. I really like this jetpack for some reason does not like to function when I will say that the weapons are different to the final thing, but we're not gonna, you know. What was that? Oh, okay. Grav drive in the back, hanging out, really like. And again, we're using the, again, it's a kind of a mix of like older pieces, which, sorry, there we go. No, none of the no. Frederick. Michael said he's a diver, not a driver. He yeah. Because Frederick just asked which judge is the trucker. All in all, though, I really like this. I like the Nova. It's going to be a hard one with this, because obviously I've seen both of them and stuff, and I built both of them. Because obviously, like, I'm not going to give a score, because, you know, we're going to leave that to the judges. We're going to go inside.
The judges to the viewers.
Yeah. The viewers are going to judge. And then interior, I hope I got the interior correct. Did I? Yeah, I think so. All right, we've got our engine room here. Very nice. It's our build is already qualified, you know. It's legitimate. Got some storage. Now also, keep in mind, before you guys absolutely roast the judges and be like, wow. This was like, both these were submitted to me as kind of like half joke, half serious, like probably like a few hours after the video went live. So they found out about the thing as much as, you know, or as soon as you guys did. So like, don't judge them too critically. Is there only...
No, judge us critically.
Well, judge one of them critically if you can figure out which one is the asshole. Oh, there we go. We go up.
I think I wrote it on the side that I'm the asshole. So.
Then we got the docking port up here. And then... we got these. The Magellan? No.
A whole lot of captain's quarters.
I'm assuming it wasn't meant to be. We'll, like I said, we're not judging the interior. It has the engine room. And it was supposed to have different weapons, but I think I built it prematurely. But I think it looks awesome. You can kind of see as we're flying, because you couldn't see initially. We'll see when we get up there. The kind of the making use of kind of the girder pieces to kind of hold the kind of the grav drive. Which let me just rotate. We have weapons, missiles and lasers, which I think is a realistic, like kind of an early prototype. You know, missiles are just, you know, you can't go wrong with missiles. And then lasers are just convenient. You know, I'm assuming as long as you have power, you have ammo. There you can see there we have the I really like the grab drive. It's just like, yep, this is our grab drive. We're gonna not have it connected just in case something blows up. And then yeah, I think all in all, I think really cool. I feel like obviously we'll get to the other one, but I think this is the more, this is kind of like your what you would call a like if Nova Galactic kind of made, we have, oh wait, that is true, we do have lasers in real life. I kind of want to give it, I'm going to give it a 4. I like it. I think it looks nice. I think the only thing preventing me from giving it a 5 is, I mean, really nothing in particular. I think it's just, because this is the thing, and it's not meant to offend the judges, but it looks like something that would fit into the game, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But like, you know, we need more Hope Tech, honestly. I'm joking. All right, so now we're going to check out the second one. Doesn't have the industrial look. Ron Hope is sad. He could have been making a fortune. All right, and we're going to try the second one, and then after that, I'm going to put up we'll put up a kind of a poll, and then after the poll, I will tell you who did who, and then we'll let the judges kind of give their opinion on their peers' ship. Oh, we're coming in a rainy storm. I do like it though. I like the aerodynamics of it. It again, it's that kind of space plane vibes, which I really like. We need more space planes. Someone needs to get onto NASA. All right, so now entry number 2 is going to be a bit bigger. So this one is, again, Nova Galactic. This one making use of it. This is like a kind of a far bigger style. Whereas the first one was kind of seems more like a kind of a prototype, kind of like space plane kind of thing. This one is meant, it honestly, just looking at it, kind of seems more like a kind of a, almost like a kind of a, like an exploration, like cruiser. Just how big it is. Now, This is an A class, just to confirm. But oh, explosions as my my. We've got some Amadon engines at the back. Very nice. I will say I could definitely see this being a combat vessel on the, yeah. Remove the grav drive. Well, you can keep the grav drive, but one little anecdote with this is when it was built originally, the builder didn't take into account some of their perks, and the original grav drive they had didn't function, so we had to swap it out. But so in we go. Yeah. I bet you judges are probably sad. Oh, look, lovely, a medical room right as I break my leg. Let me. Where is it? God damn, I have way too much stuff. There we go. Perfect. So we have medical room for if you accidentally give one of your crew members warp sickness. Captain's quarters. Very nice. And we have the big bridge. There's only... I always get confused when people use this bridge because it has the 2 floors. Again, we have the Guppy bridge. And then we have a control station for the crew. Very nice. We have an armory here, which I suppose if you're preparing for the aliens. And we got the science, which I think, obviously, we still have a little bit to go. And there may have been some science labs in the other kind of entries and stuff. But it's nice to see a science lab. And we have a workstation. What's down here? Ooh, living quarters. Was there not one on the other side, or did I miss it? Oh, maybe there's not. What? And then we have another 1x1. And computer courtroom, which again, really nice to have. You can keep all your data. And then we have the engineering room. Okay, I'm just making sure it was about to be an unofficial until we got the engineering room. I'm actually kind of confused. Let me look at the profile. Where is... Just trying to figure out, because I can drop down here, but why don't I drop down there? Is there more? Okay. We won't worry too much about that anyway, because like I said, when it comes to the interiors and stuff, sometimes I build it wrong, and that's not on the creator, that's on me. Let's take up this behemoth. No. We're going to show all 10. We're going to show all 10. Just kind of goes a break between, basically, to, intermission. So we're going to take it off. So I will say, this ship is like, I like it. I like how big it is. It kind of reminds me of like the Anaconda I used to fly in Elite Dangerous. But just given that it's so large, for me personally, I don't know. When I see it, it just looks like I put some turrets on it. This would be a really cool, like a kind of a Corvette. All right, so we do have weapons. We have ballistics and lasers, which is very nice. Let me. Again, like it looks awesome. Like, both builds look really awesome. All right, so we're really quickly I'm gonna put up a little poll real quick. Let me, where am I? Sadly, I have to go to, let me mute this. Okay, we're gonna do a poll. All right, 1 second. All right, so the poll has been sent in. So if you guys want to vote, and we'll give it a few moments. Just vote 1 or 2, whichever is your favorite. And then after the voting, we will basically we'll see who has won, and then we'll how did I? Oh, whoops. Okay. So judges, did I, without obviously spoiling yet, did I make any errors in your builds?
Not that I saw on mine.
I think I might have made some. What do you say, Michael?
I said mine look good.
Okay, good. All right, we've got we're getting the votes in. Pum pum. Give it a little bit more time. Make sure everybody votes. Pum pum. So far it has been the competition's been really good. Obviously it's with this sort of thing, it's just nice to kind of show some of the judges, and obviously, like I said, don't take this as like the judges, their pinnacle creation. It was just kind of put together as more of a kind of just a fun little thing, and then I decided, well, we should include it just to kind of so next time you can, when you hear Nolgroth give someone a 4 or like a 1, you can be like, I remember your entry. It was dog shit. No, I'm joking. So has everyone voted? I think we'll give it another moment. Thank you. Also, yes, Atari is correct after you vote. All right, so we will close the poll. And let's see. So the winner of the poll is, I lost the poll. Where did the poll go? Did I break it? Did I just completely delete the poll? Oh wait, no, I see it. Okay, so oh, it was a close one. So entry 2 won with 55% of the votes. 55%. That's goddamn okay. So I think now we can kind of show. So entry number 1 was Michael's, and entry number 2 was Nolgroth's. So I think Michael, you see Nolgroth's, but I don't think Nolgroth's seen Michael's. Michael, what did you think of Nolgroth's ship?
I think it's a fine ship.
And then Nolgroth, what did you think?
He came into that late stage stuff where you're going out and you're testing futuristic stuff. So that worked out great.
And I will say, minus 20 points because his Grav Drive didn't work, but no, that's, oh, that's only joking. Nolgroth, what did you think of Michael's ship?
Michael's ship is very, very cool. I like the, what do you call it? The aerodynamic space fighter design. And I like the fact that he's got that Grav Drive sticking out the back. I think his is the better ship, to be honest with you. He spent more time on mine. Mine was a 15-minute build, so.
Entry 1 is Michael's. The thing is, I'll have to agree. I think Nolgroth, I think you missed you missed design queue, personally. I'm sorry, I have to be the asshole here. No, I'm joking. But no, I think they're both really cool, but I think they're both different. Like, it's like what Michael's saying. Like was this, like, were you kind of intended, like, with this being a big ship, like, was that kind of the lore behind it? Like, you were kind of, it was supposed to be like kind of like a deep space exploration vessel that stays out for a while with a big crew? Or was it
exactly
just
that?
okay.
It was in my mind something to test the effects of Grav Drive upon the people inside the ship.
Oh, lovely! That sounds very Vault-Techy. I like.
Yeah, I was kind of in that after having built the Star Vault.
That's okay. All right. So now you know what some of the stuff the builders can do. Now let's get back to it. So remember, next time, every time you see Nolgroth post a ship in the Discord, always ask him if the Grav Drive works this time.
The Grav Drive works fine if you have a good aerodynamic skill.
Yeah, but not everyone does. Everyone does.
I can't help it if you're underdeveloped.
Wow. All right, let's go to entry number 6. Now remember, also we'll be scoring these at the end. They'll be in the Discord. There'll be a poll, but you guys are trying to figure out which ship is mine in the list. So let's go to ship number 6. Here we go. Okay, so we've got another Nova Galactic. Nova Galactic is kind of the main kind of manufactured behind this, and I think it makes sense because a lot of people were going with the early level, early entry, and I think this looks really cool. And I'm just, well, this works well for me. So we'll start off with you, Nolgroth. What's your initial opinion?
That is a sharp-looking space wing. I like it.
Okay.
I like it a lot. I like the use of the tail. I like the use of the tanks, those Hercules tanks there on the side.
Oh, there's the grab drive in there.
I really like the gap that goes in there as well. Just kind of gives it a little bit of white space definition with those tanks. Love the engines that they used. Yeah, 5.
Oh, damn. Okay. I will say, real quick, I like the fact that we've got all this kind of in this gap area. We've got these like radiators and stuff. I could see that they'd be used to, cool down some stuff. Because again, I don't know if the grav drive heats up necessarily. I doubt it does, but it's just there. Sorry, what about you, Michael? Oh, sorry. No, what were you going to say? Continue.
I was just going to say that whole tail area makes Nova look industrial.
It does.
Which is not an easy thing.
Yeah, no, 100% it is.
You want to go to industrial, you generally go Hope Tech or maybe Deimos.
Oh, you want me to turn the flashlight on? I can do that. We can, let me not break my legs. So we've got, there's a bit of merging here. As you can see, we've got the reactor, and then there's the grav drive. And we've got some piping. Let me drop down underneath a little bit. Obviously, you can kind of, you can see up there. Oh, I did not know I could fit. God damn it. But, oh, really, Bethesda? So you'll have that? Like, that has no collision? But I have to put my chair 5 feet from the wall? All right, so we'll head inside. Before we do head inside, though, Michael, what is your opinion on this vessel?
I like it. Well, obviously, y'all know I like the whole Nova concept on an early vessel to begin with. I like that they incorporated that wing on the rear end. I like that they do have separation in the grav drive from the rest of the ship. It's a little different here as far as the engines and separate the ship completely from the grav drive. I'm going to give it a good solid 4.
Okay. Nice. Let's head inside. Let me try and up. This is one of the benefits of... Really? I was going to say this is why I have that jetpack mod so I don't break my leg, but just call me a liar, game. It's fine. So in we go. Okay. I need to... Can you get addicted to these sort of things? Just become an addict for this this immobilizer. Just hit up like enhance, like, where's your immobilizer? Give me all your immobilizers. All right, so straight away.
You get addicted to the pain pills that they give you with it.
Oh god. The characters
just keep some junk flushing around.
I think there's more than 2 is Ligor. I think I did one at the start, but I kind of played it off. So straight away here we have a 1x1 storage room. And then we have a living quarters. Gary's just vibing there. Then at the back we have a control station. Again, oh, we've got a science. This is I believe this is our first science. Is this a science? Yeah, this is our first science, not including the one on Nolgroth's ship, I believe. I could be wrong. But I like Simeon is a...
there would have been a science lab on somebody else's.
Yeah, I feel like there would have been. I feel like there definitely wouldn't have been a need to have 6 all-in-one labs. That was my bad.
I call it the all-in-one bug. You set them all up, and when you confirmed, it just changed them all back to all-in-ones. And I've legitimately had that happen to me. So
yeah, we'll put it down to that. Yep. I just love how this is why I like Nova Galactic. Like, these ships realistically would have, like, air conditioning surely would be a thing, but they're like, nah, we'll stick some fans in. That'll keep everyone cool. It's like no climate control, no atmosphere. Or is that what it's called? Do you call it atmosphere when it's like in a contained space like this? No?
Well, there is the interior atmosphere.
But yeah. What would you, Michael, as a diver, like, when you're inside like a pressurized, do they have atmospheres? Do you call them an atmosphere?
We call it an atmosphere, and we do have fans, even though everything is controlled from a unit. They keep it they keep it AC controlled like they're supposed to, but some people just require to have a little airflow over them in order to sleep.
And again, it kind of highlights the fact that like why Nova Galactic ships are so cool, because like you said, you have that. Like, I just imagine this guy is like, I need a fan. It's like we've spent hundreds of thousands, pumping air through like the the pipes and stuff. It's like, give me a fan. Like, okay, you can have a fan. Here's 10. We also have the computer core room, which the one area where if it needs to be cool, that would make sense. Another living quarters. This ship is a lot bigger than it looks. In we go. We have a one by one. Use a fan for what? That could be true. Having a fan for would a fan make noise in space?
Inside, yeah, because there's air.
Oh, there's air. That is true. That is true. Yeah.
Now I wouldn't do it outside, and it wouldn't have any real effect outside other than to just spin around and around and around.
Well, it would, technically speaking, it would give you centrifugal force, wouldn't it?
No.
Or no,
All
not.
the force is coming from inside the van or inside the fan. So if it's attached to the ship, you're not impeding outside motion.
Oh yeah, yep. This is why I have these two here, because they know stuff better than me. All right, let's take her off. I will say I like the kind of the aggressive wing, because like I always like when I in my brief time playing Kerbal Space Program, one of the planets, I think it was a Gilly or Eve maybe. It was a planet that like you needed to make a space plane to land on it. So like I just imagine like some of these experimental, like it's like, what if we jump to somewhere and there's a cool planet but it has an atmosphere. So the idea of it being a space plane, it's more cool. Although realistically, being able to VTOL, like land with a rocket, would probably be safer. But come on now, we want to give the pilot something to do.
Like the
I'm going with your theory on that. I imagine most of the pilots in these ships went, well, if this thing doesn't work, we get to point A and we can't get back to point B. So what if you got to colonize or just survive?
Yep. We'll say that now that we kind of see it all folded up, it looks really nice, and I like the little bit of merging with these like landing gear. But I really like them. You don't really see them too much, and when you do see them, they're kind of like very prominent. So kind of hiding them behind these actually look really nice. So they work. It actually works really well. So we'll start off with you, Michael. What's your final kind of say on it, or if you have anything to say, because I know you already gave it a score and stuff, but
I have. I mean, they built a virtual copy to what I would have used. So the score is very good on this one, and that's a biased score. So my scoring won't matter here.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. And what about you, Nogroth? Tell us why you hate it and why you could do better.
What? I gave it a 5.
I'm joking.
What can I say? I love the engines being offset. The 2 layers of engines. That's pretty cool. And other than that, just it's overall just a cool design. I like it. And since we're just going to pick our favorites from this, it's easy to throw out high numbers now.
Yeah.
So everybody feels good.
Except that one person you gave it 2.
I haven't given anybody a 2 yet.
I'm joking.
Although I hope it was me, and I gave a 3. So.
Well, let's hit.
And I'm not used to being the a-hole on there, so.
Come on, Olgroth. Be the asshole. Michael wants to be the nice guy.
He needs a little practice on being an asshole. I'm trying to train him properly here, so let him take the lead.
On the topic of offset engines, because I remember one time when I made a ship, somebody mocked my offset engines by saying that the ship would just spin in a circle. But that wouldn't work, though. Like, if you offset engines, it'd still work, wouldn't they? As long as they're all firing, you would still get thrust, wouldn't you?
It depends on the vectors and everything like that, and that goes into a lot more complicated math than I'm willing to go into today.
That makes sense, though.
You got thrusters, and you got all kinds of stuff that are just a single engine. You can deviate different courses just with your thrusters.
Gotta load the save, because for some reason it's really rainy. Why did they have to set up a New Atlantis? I'd rather a desert than a... Plus, in my little survival playthrough, New Atlantis is a death trap when you leave those walls. Those, like, sunflower bugs,
Oh yeah.
The flying like parrot hawks, the
Oh, yeah.
little dinosaur. I found crickets, reskin crickets.
Wait till you
They're
get
like,
to wait till you get to Aquila.
yeah, because I'm excited for Aquila just because it'll be a more. Ah, okay, should align. Yeah, that's what. Because I remember Kerbal Space Program did teach you that. Like, you got to keep your kind of your thrust somewhat. All right, let's do. This is entry number 7. We got another black and blue kind of like the kind of the dark purple. I don't know if like
Ooh,
this
I
looks
like that.
very nice. And they,
I'm
What
with
is it?
I'm with Nogrith already on that.
I will say I like those use of those engines at the back. Those engines don't get enough love, and I wish Bethesda would make a B class, just because the thrust is minimal compared to some of the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish they had ones that slanted opposite so you could make kind of like a diamond.
Yeah, that
out
would
of
be
them.
awesome. That would be really cool. So
They
it,
don't even have to be B class, in my opinion. I'd
yeah,
make an A
that's,
class just for them.
so we'll start off with you then, Nolgroth, since you were flabbergasted. What's your initial opinion?
It's good.
How do I put this into words? This one's competing with number 1
Oh,
right now.
okay.
And I really like the number 1. I love when I look at spaceships, I like the very industrial look. That's just always, I love the space planes and all that stuff, but when it comes to this kind of industrial mechanical look, this is basically right there up my alley. So if we're going scores, easily a 5 plus.
Okay. What about you, Michael? I think you're probably in the same boat, aren't you?
Yeah, show me the grab drive.
Okay, the grav drive is right at the back there, completely
That's
separate
what I
for
wanted to hear.
everything else.
And no engine forward of the grab drive on the rest of the vessel, correct?
No, there is. We got some little white wolves there. You can barely see them. Let me turn on. What's my?
I love it.
There we go.
5.
Got some white
Yeah,
wolves.
I love it. White dwarfs?
Yeah,
White dwarfs, yeah.
white dwarfs. Yep.
Yeah.
Plus,
1000 series.
if you operate on Crimson's head cannon, if these have enough Delta V to put you into orbit, they have more than enough Delta V to maneuver you.
Oh, no, they're good enough. If he loses a whole tail engine, this thing is still viable.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. It is still flying. All right, let's head inside.
That's a good looking ship, man.
It is, and I will say I like everyone has kind of gone above and beyond. Like every time we've done one of these, it's just I've been floored by, kind of the style and stuff. And the thing with this one is the fact that like people clearly were like thinking, like they were using their brain and stuff. Also, this is the first one that I think is the B. We have the research station, which is nice.
That's the A, actually.
Oh, is it the A? Okay, this is the research station one.
Yeah, the B has more bunks
Okay.
and no research station and no nav.
This is Gary. He's Cora's pet. He's pretty chill. And then we got the engineering bay. This is no, it's not mine. It's the child's. I definitely don't. Go around trying to forcibly pacify animals to be my friends. Is this Hope? No, this isn't Hope. Is this Nova Galactic? Yeah, this is Nova Galactic. It's Nova Galactic. Again, it's hard to beat Nova Galactic's interiors. Like the exterior habs, they look a bit space stationy, very compartmentalized, but the interiors are awesome. All right,
I like that compartmentalized look.
Yeah, well, see, I don't mind it, but I think when you're like, when you're trying to like have a nice kind of flowing, kind of like exterior hab layout, it's.
Yeah, I don't really go for that.
And we go for one more. Then we have another. Okay, we have another B or another A. Something that's kind of strange. The first time I remember I did this, because like I didn't realize at the time. Fun fact: when we did this first, Nolgroth's ship, I accidentally put all in one Bs, but they all had digipix on them, and I have never been able to replicate it. For some reason, now it's like. Yeah. Oh god, a gold from Stargate. God no. Yeah, I agree, Shori. The chain link is really nice. All right, so let's take her off. I like the Magellan cockpit. Yeah, no, the especially now you can customize the stuff. The all-in-ones look. Also, one of the side things is like what you're saying, Michael, about if you were to detach the grav drive. The fact that they have those kind of braking engines there on the front, I just imagine, like, you know, it would be a lot faster without that, so they have to counteract the fact that they're not going to be able to slow down as quickly. Which is, again, this complete headcanon, and that may not be the intention of the developer or the designer. But I do like when we
No, it
see
wasn't the
the...
braking entrance. It was the fact that there's engines forward of
Oh, no,
the
yeah.
grav drive. If you got to bust that grav drive off, you still got a viable ship, even though they're coming home in sublight, and it's going to be 400 years before they get home. You're hoping somebody's going to come get you.
Yeah.
But you have a survivable problem. You have a survivable vessel if your grav drive goes out.
Damn right. All right, so is there anything you guys want to add? I mean, you've kind of, you know...
I have nothing more to add. What more could I say?
It's very nice. Yep, giggly.
I can't say anything. I'm stumped. If Nargis is speechless, I'm just blown away. No, I like the ship. I think the ship looks very, very nice.
All right, let's check out the next one. Well, no, it's not. It's not. But they do a decent job. It's kind of why, like, Bethesda have went with all of these kind of vertical landing gear sort of thing, because, you know, like, realistically, it's easier to take off, just shoot straight up into orbit as opposed to space plane. Even though I'm pretty sure space planes are supposed to be more efficient. They're just, you know, a lot more can go wrong. Like the space shuttle was a cool design, cool idea, but just you can't beat strapping someone on a missile. I love the profile, and I just noticed the fact that, like, the front ones are kind of in close, and then the back ones stick out a little more. The radiators. All right, let's get the next one.
You fellas are killing it again. Y'all making it so rough on the poor guys on this thing.
All right. Oh, okay. Hello. This is okay, this is very nice. Very bright colors.
Oh.
I thought the same thing.
You may be correct. One of the designers did intend on making it, and I believe this is it. I believe there was a Vault-Tec inspired one, and I think this is meant to be it. Now there might have been lower, but I forgot. But
well, it's a sharp looking ship, that's for sure.
I will say I like those engines. I've started to kind of, ever since the mammoth and stuff, I just like the kind of the aesthetic of having them. Grav drive on top, which, you know, might be some negative points for the judges, but
I don't know. It's got a ejection seat, I'm sure.
Explosive ejection. Yeah. Prime some handles, press a button, and boom, off it goes.
So we'll start off with you, Michael. What's your initial opinion? Actually, I'll get it undershot while you're talking. What's your initial?
I think it's pretty. I like Hope-Tec colors. Or not Hope-Tec, but Vault-Tec colors.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna refrain from putting a solid number on it till we see more of it.
What about you, Nolroth?
Well, it's got a lot of elements that I like. I will say, as a negative for me, and it's not that big of a negative, so don't take it too harshly here, but it just seems like a lot of the merging is done for the sake of merging and not necessarily needed. We'll just say that.
Okay, that's fair.
Overall, I think it's a really fantastic design. And I'm presuming it's got the engineering base, so I'm
we're gonna head inside.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a 3 based on what I've seen so far.
Okay. So we've got straight away we've got the workshop. That's why I came in that.
Well, that's
door.
handy.
Yep. Get out of the way, Gary. Move. Jesus Christ, move. There we go. Thank you. And then up we go, and we have... Oh, okay, this is... Okay, there might be a problem here because... Oh, there's an engine room. Cool, cool. Because some of the 3x1s don't automatically start as an engine room. They start as an all-in-one.
That's correct.
So
I would have laughed.
Yep, that would have been pretty. That would have been my fault entirely. But we've got the engine room. This is the Stroud engine room. And we got
Especially
the
if this
living
turned out to be your ship. Because if you didn't meet your own requirements, I would laugh so loud.
No, I think I'm pretty sure I met the requirements. Now that I'm like, no, because they've all met the requirements so far, haven't they?
Oh, yeah. I've been looking.
Yep.
I've been waiting for the
Oh,
words
yeah. He'll be
disqualified.
the first
I'm
one.
waiting for them.
All right. And then we've got our control station, and then we've got the bridge. Can't believe you said that the worst bridge in the game. Interior-wise, this bridge is awesome. This gives me, like, Normandy vibes. Also, there's a bird out there attacking something. We're gonna... See, apparently those birds are the only birds that can land, because I've tried messing with some of the other birds, and they don't have landing animations. It's kind of sad. That's why the bird turned into a snail, because at least the snail wasn't constantly fluttering in my face.
I do like how that reactor's sandwich there.
It has a little bit of merging with the those parts to...
Yeah, sometimes merging is great, and sometimes it just seems like the purpose of the build was to merge. You know?
All good, Jason. Don't worry. We're on the second last, I believe, but you can go back and watch because we'll be voting on the Discord in a little bit. This is going to be a little different though. The judges
voting
of the
You're gonna miss the voting of the judgeship. That's over with.
Yeah. It was 100% of the votes came towards.
Go for a one.
Yeah.
I really like the way they did the engines, though. That's
these ones.
Cool.
Yeah. These are very cool.
Man, I might have to revise my score up to a 4.
Okay, that's fair. What about you, Michael? What are you thinking?
I like it. Somebody did a really good job on this. They spent a lot of time on it. As far as experimental, I'm going to assume that because they've got the pipe racks on top, they've got an ejection sheet for the grav drive, and it's going to blow off if they need to. I'm going to give it a 4 as well.
Okay, very nice. And I will say I like the Hope Tech style was very nice. Now if we head to the third, Gary is he doesn't like. Oh, there's my screenshot of up and down when the elevator broke and was randomly floating. Oh, god damn it! I went to the wrong place. Oh, we get to see the ship landing. You can kind of see why this is a mod and not implemented, because it doesn't play very nice. I feel like there was probably supposed to be something on the front there, but you guys have already voted nice for it, so, I can't be blamed.
I would assume they got some Tamo's slope piece in there.
That I just completely forgot. So the voting will probably be maybe like 20-30 minutes after the stream, just because normally I give binary heads up, but I didn't. So I'm gonna have to, because I have to quickly just grab the screenshots of the ships and stuff, and I'll do that after. But I'll let you know when it goes live, and then everyone will make sure to vote. And then we'll pick the 2 highest winners. Not including the ones the judges are picking will be removed, as will be my ship will be removed, because, obviously if my ship was in, it would obviously win. Alright, so I think we're on the last entry, aren't we? Oh no, we've 2 more, we've 2 more. Okay, here we go. This is a Hope Tech Vesher.
Ooh.
Or not a Hope Tech, Nova Galactic, I might say. Now, straight away, the grav drive is far away, so Michael is already pleased.
Right there in the middle of all that, or at the far end of that structural there.
24 hours, correct, Agamemnon. You'll
Some
have
of these
24 hours.
tanks I like as well.
Yep. You'll have 24 hours, and then I will basically I will let you know when the thing goes. I will say this definitely comes across as like because that's something we haven't really seen. Because obviously, like with this sort of experimental grav drive, you're going to be jumping from point A to point B, but with grav drives, fuel is because the fuel powers the grav drive, and this is the first ship we've seen that has actual prominent fuel tanks. You know, which makes sense from a lore point of view. And it's
Very
all
nice.
Nova Galactic. There's some Stroud piece on the bottom, but I think that's just because. Actually, I wonder why they use Shroud instead of Nova Lani
Dash.
pieces. Yeah, it's a weird one. Anyway, so we'll just straight off the bat, we'll start with you, Noel. What's your initial opinion?
Well, I really, really love the tanks. I think that really, really makes this build stand out. It's of course got the Nova Galactic kind of space bus thing going on there. I do like the fact that the grav drive is separated. It kind of busy. I'm settling in on a 4 for this ship. This is a nice ship, really nice.
Okay, what about
And
you,
again, it's
Michael?
got those engines that you like so much in the back too.
Yes,
I like them too.
I really like them engines. Yup. What about you, Michael? What's your opinion?
So far, I like it. I like the tanks. Just in case this is they get stuck out in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. And Nova, for the most part.
Yep,
I
it's
think,
it's
like
all
Norbert
Nova
said,
by the
it's
bottom
a
part.
little loud. It's a little bit loud over there with the grab drive. I might have gone with Hotech pipes or something, sheared it off a little bit. I'm gonna go with 4 on this as well.
Okay. Let's check the interior. Okay, that's the thing. Is it the fuel in this game is just purely grav drive, isn't it? Like the engines don't use fuel, or do they use fuel? Because that's something that I've always wondered, if it's just like if the fuel is powered, or the engines are powered by the reactor, and then the grav drive is powered by the fuel.
You'd think with the thrust there would be fuel involved.
Well, you would actually, yeah.
Because
That's
it's
true.
not like, some sort of Star Wars-ish ion glow type of,
We've got burniness.
you actually have burning fuel creating trails at the back. So I'm sure that at least in story the fuel is used for the engines, but it's only really used mechanically for the grav drives.
Yeah, you got me there. You're that's a point I didn't even take into account.
I also just want to point out that I believe this is all on me.
All the interior
Yeah. There's an
Yeah,
engineering
well-
bay. We're good though. We're good.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Let's just imagine this is like a science, lab. This is like a really cool one. Yeah.
That's what I was doing. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a Crimson Special here.
Yeah. Bonus points. But no, I will say I like the look of it though. Like from exterior point of view, I think it's a really cool ship. I think it's
I do too.
It looks to me like something that's been kind of like almost like it was retrofitted. Like, they had like maybe like a freighter or something. And they were like, all right, let's like, we've got a ship that can kind of survive out in like the long journeys through
That makes
space.
sense.
Let's
Makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
I concur. We'll go with that.
All right, let's
Even if that's not the builder's head canon, death of the author.
It is now. Then we got this is the Magellan. Oh, yeah, this is the one. Not a huge fan of this one. I used to really like it, but then I think it looks like they took the other one and flattened it.
Actually, that's one of my favorite bridges.
Yeah, I could just imagine, like, if you took that grav drive off, put fuel tanks on the other side, this could be a really cool, like, a fuel hauler.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like a really cool, because it's a simple design, but it's quite nice. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's always nice when...
Simple can sometimes be elegant.
Oh, no, it can, because that's the thing is, like, it's this is kind of why, you know, you have all the Hope tech, or like, you know, all of the one manufacturer, like with all this Nova Galactic, because it actually flows well and stuff, which I really like.
Yeah.
So
I don't really like to suggest how I would change builds too much. But on this particular one, I think I would separate those fuel tanks by one slot, you know, between them. And I would stick some Stroud or Deimos
you could definitely do that. There's
engine
a space
bracers
for it. Yep.
and have the grav drive attached to the end of the spacers there, but have the fuel tanks duplicated on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how I would do it, just looking at, and I very rarely go in and look at these entry
The fact that
builds and
he's
say,
doing
"This-"
that, like, that's a big plus for you. So be proud. The fact that Nolgroth likes your ship enough that he wants to tweak it. Patent that ship before you see it on his blog. No, I'm joking.
Well,
So
maybe with different engines.
any
Just so I
final?
can say it's mine.
Yeah, you'll make it all out of Stroud or all out of Hope Tech. So anything you guys want to add to the final kind of, you know, anything?
No, it's a great ship. I don't have anything else to comment on. It's a great ship.
What about you, Michael?
I got nothing other than, you know, if I'm the pilot and the grav drive goes off way out there, I would not like it going off between me and my engine. It's an experimental grav drive. Same as I said with all of the ones beforehand.
Oh, so you don't like this method here of it kind of being out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's out there. I mean, we've seen a couple of ships here where they hadn't been out there at all. But if you're dealing with experimental stuff.
Yeah, no, that's true.
You're dealing with experimental stuff. I would be separating that from the rest of my ship, and especially crossways from your living quarters and your fuel tanks. It's still a good-looking ship. It's a good concept.
Well, it definitely is.
You know, it's got those fuel tanks, which I definitely like. And if you could blow the ejection bolts fast enough, it'd be great. Personally, I would have. If I had to rebuild it, and y'all seen mine already, if I had to rebuild it, I'd have the grav drive out there somewhere where I could. Whoop, you're left behind.
Yep.
But going that, it's still a good-looking ship. This would be a asymmetrical, nice-looking ship. I'd give it a pretty high score.
All right, and now we're on to the last one on the list. Let me. Nope. There we go. So yeah. So there've been some awesome builds. Well done to everybody. Obviously, we're not done just yet, but
Every single one of them I've seen so far has been awesome.
there was one I didn't like just because it didn't work off the bat. But no, I'm joking.
Oh, that's okay. Like I said, if you want to run an underdeveloped character, that's your prerogative. You do that, man.
All right, let's go and try the final one. Bum bum bum. All right. Oh my dear lord, I forgot about this one. So this is the first one I've seen that has kind of a fair amount of weapons. Which, the thing is, like, because initially when you talked about it, like, because, you know, like, I'm very much, like, pacifist and stuff, but, like, then you guys were talking about, like, you know, weapons and stuff. And I kind of, like, think that, I mean, some people would definitely like to have weapons. But it is very big.
Oh, my.
The color scheme makes it look like a duck. Glad we don't have Flippy here. He'd probably make some mark about a sandwich. At the back there.
Well, it certainly has the McDonald's colors.
He's loving it. All right, so what's you guys' initial thought?
Where's the grav? Where's the grav?
Where's the grav drive? That's a good question. Where is the grav drive?
That's not good.
Where is the experimental ship for this mammoth?
Every once in a while, you just need that fast food place when you're exploring the deep reaches of
I
space.
think the grab drive is here. Because I can see
Okay.
something sticking through. Yeah, that is. Let me just really quickly. I think
So
that's
it's basically like an infinity cube kind of thing.
Oh, I
Where
can't go through it.
it's
I
got
think the grab
multiple
drive's
things
at the
merged.
back. Yeah. All right. So, so McDonald's aside, we'll start with you, Michael. What's your initial kind of thought?
Uh, it's a big experimental ship. I would assume, based on this has got a lot of Stroud. I would assume this is one of those. Okay, we're testing out futuristic grad drives, so I'm not gonna knock her on that. Maybe they've got their safety measures down a little bit, and they're pretty confident in what they've got going on. So I'm not gonna give a score to it, but that's what I'm gonna assume.
Okay. What about you, Nolgroth?
Well, I'm feeling like two all beef patties special. Never mind. Um, um, uh, it's certainly an interesting ship. It's very layered, like an onion. It's got lots of layers.
You just normally it's Flippy. We worry about the food references, but you just going all at it.
Well, I don't know what to say because I'll be honest, I don't really like this ship. And
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's why you're the judge. You're the asshole here that will say the hard things.
yeah, I want to like it, but I just don't see where it fits other than the base minimum Class A 3x1. It's just,
If it has one, we don't even know that yet. So maybe it's
well,
got
I'm sure
negative.
Crimson Nature had one. There it is, right there.
What's wrong? What are we looking for?
That
The three
what
by
you're
one?
in right now,
Oh yeah.
The three,
where you're at right there.
Yep.
So it meets the requirements, and it's Class A, I presume. And I saw Class A engines on it, so I'm
Yeah,
sure
no,
that
it had the one that not many people use these days. Remember, it used to always be the go-to one. The Stellar Racer,
right.
the A class. Am I going up? Oh wait, no.
No,
Yeah, no.
it's doing the job to the base specs, but I just don't get the feeling of it being
Oh,
a
look away! Look
exploration.
away! There's some merging. Look away, no Roth.
Well, that's not helping the case at all.
Interior
I'm
merging.
I'm sorry, it's a two.
Oh, okay, okay. All right,
oh
so
man,
I don't mean to be rude to whoever built this, but I don't think you got the lesson plan.
we'll take her up to space, and then we'll find out deliberations.
Oof. Are those cannons or turrets back there in those little slots?
No, it's all A class.
Okay, yeah, so they have to be cannons. I was gonna say, oof.
that's a whole lot of ship there, fellas.
All right, where's the sun? So I get a nice little kind of shot of these.
Stroud, we're going to go ahead and take out 30 people in one grad drive if it doesn't work right.
Yeah, I mean, again, I kind of see where the person was going to, and I might even know who the author of this ship is, just based on the appearance, which makes it even more difficult for me to judge it so harshly. But on the other end of the spectrum, it doesn't even look like those cannons have clearance past those wings there. I don't know. I'd have to get close in and look. The ones in those little slots. It looks like those would hit the back of the wings there. Yeah, they would.
I think the
So
clearance. I mean, I think the clearance is okay, but
yeah, well, I'll agree to disagree with you on that one.
okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure a little bit of armament would be great. It looks more like a warship than it does a prototype grav drive testing ship.
What about
And I thought
you?
my
Oh, your ship was big?
I thought mine was outside the limits a little bit and pushing the boundaries, but this one definitely does.
What about you, Michael? You gonna break some hearts as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nargith on this one, 100% completely.
Okay,
This
okay.
is not. I do this for a living, experimental stuff, and there's no way this got through the drawing board.
Okay, okay, right. So that is all of them. We're gonna really quickly, let me see. Going to really quickly kind of shoot through all of them, and the judges. Where's one? What the hell? There's one at the end. Okay, let me just to make
And
this.
to HRJ Mike Gaming, even a military version, they wouldn't. You don't go out and lose people if you don't have to.
So we'll take another brief look at them, just so the judges kind of refresh their memory, because obviously they're going to be voting for their favorites. This is entry number 1. Entry number 2, the orange boy. Entry number 3. Entry number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. And number 10. So with all of them there, I'll give you guys a little minute to elaborate, or to kind of, and obviously, hopefully you guys won't pick the same ship, because that'd be pretty funny, but, but while that's happening, so like I was saying, thanks everybody for submitting the ships. Obviously, we're not done yet. We're still going to talk. We've a little bit to talk about. But to everyone that submitted, and the vote, like I said, if you join the Discord, link just popped up there. It'll pop up again if you're not on the Discord. And I'll announce when the voting goes live. There'll be like a page. I'll put up a picture of the ships and stuff. Now, really quick, we'll get their opinion on which. So we'll start off with you, Michael. Which ship are you giving your vote?
I'm gonna go with number 2.
You're going number 2. Okay, so number 2, nice. So I'm going to tell who those people are straight away, because that's how it works. So, Nogroth, what one are you going with?
Did you go back up around 6 or 7?
Yep.
I want to see which one it is.
All right, so there's 6.
I got to refresh my screen.
7, all good. So I'll just swap between. 6 is the Nova Galactic white blade ship. 7 is the kind of the long industrial.
Yeah, 7 is the one I was looking for. That's mine.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so
It was either going to be 1 or that one. 1
Okay.
or 7. 7 barely edged out 1.
So you're so just to confirm, so Michael, you're going with entry number 2?
Yeah, I liked what they did with the bridge and the overall build of that. The color didn't bother me because, hey, orange, I'm okay with. But I got to tell you, entry 7 is pretty damn nice as well.
Okay,
but I'm going to go with 2.
Okay, so before that, we're gonna let the judges and also and we're gonna let the chat speak. Which one do you think Crimson made?
The Vault-Tec.
Vault-Tec. Okay, you think it was Vault-Tec. What about you, Michael?
I thought it was the one with all the parts on the side right there that you just flashed through.
9?
Which 9? Which one?
Oh yeah, that one.
9? The Nova Galactic one.
No, I was kidding, man.
Okay.
If anything, I thought you were entry 10.
All right, so you are correct. I was entry 10. And to be honest with you, after playing Warhammer, I was trying to go with the Warhammer themed because, like in Warhammer, if you play Warhammer, like faster than light travel is very treacherous. And although it was supposed to be a kind of an experimental, like kind of, ship, I wanted to kind of go with the weaponry and kind of make it a bit. Now, obviously, it didn't turn out amazing because it's so hard doing their bow, and then I didn't realize I had made the goddamn thing the colors of McDonald's. So if you wait, when you Mike or no, Groth, you said like you thought you know who it was, so you didn't want to offend them. Did you think it was mine when you were saying that, or do you think it was someone else?
I think it
No,
was.
I did.
I thought it was somebody
I
else.
did
Oh,
not occur to that at all.
okay.
No,
Yeah,
it
I
didn't
thought the
occur to me at
Vault-Tec
all.
one was yours because of the engines.
No, the
The way they
Voltec
put
one.
the engines together.
No, no.
No, I don't want to say who I thought that number
That's fine. That's
belonged
fine.
to. And I
So,
apologize to you for being so harsh, but I'm
oh,
stick
so
by it
there's
now.
Wicked. Hello, Wicked. Also, fuck you guys. Okay. There's nothing stopping you putting guns on a ship. It was meant to be like a kind of a
Oh no,
battle.
guns are good, man. Guns
When
are
you
good. I mean,
when he
you're going into
started,
oblivion, you want guns. I didn't say you didn't need
no,
guns.
no, no. It
I'm
was
the first one
the
that said you needed guns.
oh, the when
Eastwood was the opposite opinion of me. He was like,
when you said
"Put all
about
the
the
guns on there."
when you said about the
I'm
like the
trying.
clearance and stuff, I will say in my head canon they're meant to be turrets. They're all meant to be turrets because this is meant to be like a lot bigger of a ship. I will
Okay,
say
fair enough.
so.
I'll live with that.
No, no, don't. So, Frederick, don't say what your ship is now. We still have to wait. So, I will say the winners who can speak now. So, entry number 2 was, I'm going to butcher this name, is Chrysolcion. Congratulations, Michael chose your ship. That's number 2. I'm going to select that. That was the orange ship, wasn't it, Michael?
Yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So that's it. Congratulations. I want to say you might have won before. Potentially. I
I
think.
think he did.
You think he did, yeah. And then Noel Groth chose entry number 7, which was Ulm, which I want to say I think he messaged me just before the stream. He hadn't actually given me like the habs, but it didn't matter because he did a really good job. Which one would I pick? Oh, obviously 10. No, I feel like if I was gonna pick one, but I won't. It's a tough one. Honestly, it's
Entry
probably.
one was close.
I think it'll be between probably like 1, 3, and 4. Just because I like one obviously kind of that like kind of prototype, and as did like 3. They were very kind of industrial. I liked 4 just because it kind of broke the mold of we had seen a lot of ships that was very like obviously like there's a very specific style. There was 10 ships altogether, 9 ships altogether this time. Rick Hammer, 10 was my ship. So yeah, so thank you guys for all joining. So like I said, in the Discord it'll pop up in a little bit, and you'll be able to vote for your ships. And
Did number 7 again?
number 7 was Ulm. He's put some submissions in before. I think this is first time. No, I don't think it's his first time actually. I'll have to go back and check, but he's a really good builder. I mean, all really good
Obviously.
builders. All really good.
Every single one of them, but that 10th one. Jeez,
Fuck
I don't know
off.
what that was.
That's the last time I tried making a ship. I spent way too long trying to make the front section, and it just wouldn't work. All good, Rick Hammer. Like I said, if you want to go back and watch it, you can. But obviously, we're going to be posting pictures of the ships so you can get a better look at them. But thanks to everyone that came out, and I'll be jumping in the Astro Lounge. Yeah, realistically, I think I'd go back to the drawing board. Jason, are you Ulm? This is one of the issues with Discord and YouTube. Is I don't know who is. Who is it? Okay, congratulations, Jason. Well done. No, because this is your first time, but you have done because you've submitted some awesome ships for me for review. So yeah, so I will.
It seems like didn't they just send in a review ship earlier today?
I think
video?
he did. He did.
Okay.
There's one. I think it wasn't too long ago, but it was really really awesome. But anyway, I will catch you guys. Like I said, I'll be in the Astro Lounge later on, and then I'll announce when the voting goes live. Don't forget to vote. You've got until tomorrow. But yeah, as always, I want to thank the judges, Michael and Noel Groth, for coming here and making it entertaining. And so, thank you guys.
My pleasure, fellas. I appreciate all the ships y'all put in. Every one of them was great. They were all better than I can do.
Oh, I agree. Those were some amazing.
There was one
ships.
ship there that I think wasn't as good as yours, but that's just because it didn't work. Grav Drive was a bit too weak. But anyway, no, I'm joking. All right, so I'll catch you guys in the next one, and look to the Discord for the thing. Bye bye.
Take care, guys.